Hey guys, Sterling here with Revolution Off-Road. Today we're going to install a set of UTV Giant full doors. These are a fantastic door, especially for the price. I mean, you really cannot beat this quality of door for the price. These doors come with everything that you need to install. They come with the door frames, door skins, all your bracketry, basically every nut, every bolt, basically everything that you're going to need to do a full install on these doors. One of the benefits to these doors is it turns it from a suicide rear door to a center pivot rear door. Basically, you're going to get rid of the bulky centerpiece that divides the front and rear doors. You also get a really nice clean look from the rear of the back door to the front of the front door. You get a nice smooth look all the way across the car. Let's get started. Let's get these things installed. So first thing we need to do is get the stock doors off. These doors definitely serve a purpose. They do what they're supposed to do, but they just don't look that good. So let's get these things off here and get some new doors on. We'll start. You've got 2 pins that hold each door on. At the bottom of each one of these pins is just a C-clip, a small flathead screwdriver, and you should be able to pop the pins out. Once you have your pins out, the door should just come right away from the frame. Alright, so you're going to need to remove both of these cage bolts here. We're going to get rid of this triangle piece. And then to completely remove this, you've got another bolt down inside here. Now that we got our back piece off, we're going to work on getting this plastic piece off here. This is all going to come off. You're going to want to retain the strike here. This is going to end up moving to the rear. You're also going to want to keep the 2 T40 Torx bolts that hold this thing in. We're going to end up reusing those. Finish getting this piece off here, you're going to have a couple of push clips. You're going to have one back here, one up here, and I believe you just have those 2. So what we've got here is your center bracket. It's 3 separate pieces that you're going to want to loosely assemble before you try to put the center bracket on the car. So you've got your left bracket here, which is going to go right here on the car. You got your center bracket, and then you've got your other end bracket right here. You're going to use your 1-inch long bolts right here. You're going to put a washer on the bolt side and a washer on the nut side. And like I said, you're just going to want to loosely assemble this. You're going to need to adjust once you get the door frames on the car. So for now, you're going to get everything assembled to where it's still movable. So here you're going to put your bracket goes on here. You're going to utilize both of the old front door mounts, and you'll see how it basically just slides over top of both of those. You're going to have a bolt that goes in the top one, the bolt that goes in the bottom one. You may need to put one of these washers underneath the top of your bracket. In our case, we need to put one on underneath the top of the bracket and one on the bottom. Every car is different. Some cars only need one on the top to fill in the gap. Some cars don't need any of them. This one looks like it's going to need one on the top, in between the factory door bracket and the new bracket, as well as on the bottom of the factory door bracket in between the door bracket. For your bottom one, for your bottom bolt, it's going to come up from the bottom of the bracket, and then your nut will be on the back side of the new bracket. So these are the bolts you're going to put back in here are going to be the factory T40 Torx head bolts that came out that held the strike plate before. You're going to reuse these to hold the back side of this bracket. And again, as we're putting this together here, we're getting everything started. We're getting everything snug-ish, but we're not tightening anything. Every single piece on this door kit is adjustable. You can adjust up, down, side to side. This bracket here, you can actually, and with this one here, you can adjust in and out. So again, at this stage of the install, you want to leave everything adjustable. A big part of the install on this style of door is they only look as good finished as you do on the install. So as much as you want to tighten everything down, don't do it yet. So here we need to get the factory latches out of your old doors. So you got a couple of T30 Torx head bolts. So you don't necessarily need to completely remove the outer door skin, but you need to at least loosen it up so you can get the latch mechanism out. And on the latch. That's what you're after. To get your door latch into the new frame, you're going to use the bolts that you took out of the side of the factory door. You're going to use one of the small washers that's provided in your tool bag or in your bolt bag. You're just going to come in. The bracket's going to go on the inside of the door frame. And again, like everything else, you're just getting them snug. You're most likely going to need to adjust this when it comes time to adjusting the doors. So again, just want it snug, just finger tighten. So something of note here, guys, when you get to your rear door latches, since you're switching the latch location from the front of the door to the rear of the door, it's going to change orientation. So you need to switch the door latch assembly from driver's side to passenger side. So you're going to take the latch assembly out of the driver rear door and put it in the passenger rear door and vice versa. That's the only way that they'll fit. Alright guys, we're back at it. Finish up this door install. We didn't finish yesterday, so we're going to finish this thing up today. Basically at this point, we've got our brackets mounted and we're about ready to just hang the doors. So let's get after it. Alright guys, for your rear bracket here, you're going to use the two supplied bolts. These are a little bit longer. You'll be able to reuse the factory nuts that came off, but you are going to want to use these longer bolts. Still movable. So for your the strike plate for your rear door, this is what you took off of the original bracket up here. You're going to use the supplied hardware and a couple of washers and the nuts, and you're good to go. Now that we've got both of our brackets on, we're ready to start hanging the door frames. We're doing this without the door skin on. It's a whole lot easier to do your adjustments and really bolt everything on in general with the skin off. Once you have everything set how you want it, you can put door skins on afterwards. So to hang the door, we're going to hang the rear door first. You need 2 of the supplied bolts, 2 washers, 2 nuts. So So obviously rear door is going to go into the rear holes on your center bracket. Okay, so we've got the door loosely hung here. Typically, how I like to do these is I want to set this back angle first. So basically, you pick it up, just kind of eyeball and see where you want it to sit. I like the edge of this door pretty flush with this body line right here. So basically, what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to snug these up to where I can still move this bracket, but where I put the bracket, it'll stay. Once we get this angle right, we'll tighten this bracket down, and then we're going to move to the center bracket. We're going to hang the front door, and same thing, we're going to set that, basically get it where we want in the front, suck down the middle of the front door, and then we'll adjust this door to match the front door. So we've got this rear bracket pretty well snug. It's not going to go anywhere. We'll end up doing a final tighten on it when we're finished. All I'm doing in here is just snugging these up just a hair. This is when I'm ready to, once I've got the door aligned, I don't have to run them down quite so far. So the front door is going to go on the exact same way that the rear door did. 2 bolts, washers and nuts. So how I like to do this is just kind of get everything started. Latch it, and then latch it. So that gets you a rough placement of the door. Obviously at this point you still have a lot of adjustment left. The door is really far down in the front, doesn't match up to the rear door. You are going to have to adjust these doors. But that's the one really nice thing about this kit is there's a ton of adjustability in these doors. This door at this bracket right here can adjust up, down, front, back, basically anywhere you need it. And going by the bracket that's inside here, that bolts on this side and this side, you can actually tilt the whole assembly in or out or whatever you need it to do. So I like to get it this close, or basically this far assembled, and then set where I want the front of the door to be as far as height with the body line of the car, and then from there you can adjust back here so that this door and this door, they match evenly. It's level all the way across. Basically at this point it's kind of a car by car basis as far as what kind of adjustment they're going to need. So we're going to start doing that. So we got the driver's side doors completely done. Everything's adjusted, everything's tight, and they look fantastic. They open well, they close well. No more having to slam the doors to get these things to close. I mean, very well made piece. As you can see, after adjustment, you're very flat across the top here, and they look great with the skins on. The skins are super easy to put on. You just got these Allen head bolts that go around. There's a nut on the backside, and really this is a little bit of a time-consuming install, but it's a very doable install. This is absolutely something you guys can do in your garage or your driveway with a Saturday or half a Saturday. I highly recommend these doors if you're looking for a little bit better protection. Definitely a quieter door than the factory door, and 1,000,000 times better looking than the factory doors. This is absolutely a worthwhile upgrade for you. You can find these on our website, revolutionor.com. We've got these things in stock ready to ship.